What's up everybody and welcome to my life. So I've been seeing these videos all across the internet of pendulum painting, where you have a bucket, a string, and a giant canvas, and you just kind of swing it around with the paint. There's a hole in the bucket. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look it up or watch the video. I don't have a place to do giant pendulum painting, so I decided that I'm going to do miniature pendulum painting. So we have a tiny canvas today, some paint, some glue. We're going to thin the paint with this. I'll kind of briefly touch on that. Some paint sponges just in case we need it, and some Dixie cups. This is going to be our pendulum thingy. So without further ado, let's get started. So one of the first things we need to do is thin our paint, and we're going to accomplish that by mixing some good old-fashioned Elmer's glue with water. I might have too much water in this, which just means that we have to use more glue. It's usually at about a 50-50 that we mix these. And the consistency that we're going for here is that of like milk. That is a good consistency right there. Give it a little bit of a mix here. Set that off to the side. Next thing we need to do is divide up our paints. Now that we've divided up our paints, we are going to carefully add in our thinner to each one of them. And this is going to be messy. We'll mix those until the color and the thinner have become one. Okay, so now that we've mixed all of our paints, we need to take one of our Dixie cups and we need to get a hole on each side of it. The best way to do that, I think, is going to be take a lighter and heat up something metal, because it's going to make that hole inside of it nice and clean. Next thing, we're going to grab our canvas, set it kind of down in the middle, because we want to know how high it's going to be so that we know where to place our little pendulum. I was never good at threading needles. Okay, so about yay high should be all right. Next thing we're going to do is take our little metal piece and lighter again and make a hole in the bottom, kind of towards the center of it. Just right about yay. Now this is where things get messy, so we need to plug the hole with our finger and pour in the paint that we want to use. For this first one, I'm going to use pink. Just grab it and throw it. Okay, so I rinsed out the cup. You're gonna have to tie it back on if you do it that way, or put on a new cup. It's entirely up to you. But for this next one, I want to do a mixture of purple and gold. So we're going to carefully do that here. I also laid down a trash bag because it's a little messy. Oh, that's looking so good. Shameless plug, you can follow me on Snapchat for exclusives before I post the video. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Okay, for this last one, I'm going to take a bunch of other colors, just like all of the other colors, and put them into the little pendulum here. I think I'm gonna thin them out just a little bit more so we don't get that weird kind of droplet thing going on. I'm gonna add a little bit more to each. Alrighty, you guys ready? Okay, so I'm going to let these dry. I'll be back with you when they're dry so I can lift them up and show you. This is my first time doing this, so you can learn from my mistakes. I'm not sure why it does the spotting. On the blue one, it actually looks really cool, so we'll see how that is when it dries. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll see you guys in a little bit when they're all dry. All right, so they're dry. Let me show you how these look. I think they look fantastic for it being my first time. Let's see what you guys think. I think it's a toss-up between this one and this one on which one's my favorite. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, which one's your favorite. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, commenting bananas, I don't know. Thank you for joining me and welcome to my life.